Ma'am, follow-up question lang po doon sa nasabi niyo po kung aabot tayo doon sa 2025 midterm election. Meron po ba kayong idea?
Wala akong idea pero marami akong naririnig na malapit na.
Ayun.
Tayo mahihita doon kasi hindi naman yan makakabuti sa ating gobyerno, hindi na makakabuti sa ating bansa, sa ating ekonomiya. Lalo, ang mangyayari pa niyan, ang ekonomiya ng Pilipinas is magkakaroon ng negative backlash precisely because China is our largest trading partner, source of investment, and source of many things. So, kahit nga export natin nasa China, ngayon nga dahil nga sa South China Sea issue, nagkakaroon ka ng less importation of banana and probably many other export natin ay mababawasan, and that would have a negative impact on our economy. One thing that we have to remember, we have a large contingent of OFWs in China, not only in the mainland but even in Hong Kong. Now, kung hindi natin gagandahan ang relationship natin with China, maaapektuhan po ang ating mga OFW na kung saan ito ang ating tinatawag na ating mga bagong bayani. Kasi sila ang nagre-remit ng remittances, malaki ang contribution nila sa ekonomiya natin . So kung hindi maganda ang relationship natin with China, maapektuhan ng ating mga OFW. At probably, hindi na rin siguro pag sobrang magkaroon talaga ng close, parang sobrang bakbakan na between China and the Philippines over the South China Sea, baka mag-decide pa ang Chinese government na hindi na tumanggap ng mga Filipino overseas workers sa mainland and even Hong Kong. Do you really think it's good for the Philippines and for Filipinos? Of course not. So, ang sinasabi ko lang, there's a way to resolve the conflict in the South China Sea. Pag-usapan yan, diplomasya, at hindi yung tinatawag nating belligerent, confrontational, and beholden foreign policy of the current administration. And I really hope the President would understand this. Kasi kung mahal niya ang Pilipinas, di mahalin niya talaga ng totoo ang mga Pilipino, hindi ganito. De-escalate the tension in the South China Sea kasi baka mauwi tayo sa gera na hindi naman natin gera at hindi naman tayo magbe-benefit. Mawawasak ang Pilipinas at mawawipe up tayo sa mapa kapag nagkataon. At ngayon nga, hindi lang nga ang China ang problema natin. Even Russia is already coming into the picture. Kasi bakit? May mid-range missile launcher kang nilagay sa Luzon, and even President Putin just yesterday was mentioning that in his meeting among the generals in Russia, saying na mayroon daw nilagay ang mga Amerikano ng mga missile dyan sa Luzon. So that is another issue because Russia is reacting. So parang may dalawa kang giant and superpower countries, militarily speaking, na hindi maganda at hindi kaaya-aya ang ating relasyon. So anong tawag mo sa Pilipinas? Gusto ba natin yon? Of course not. So sana naman mga Pilipino, gumising po tayo. Huwag tayo magpadala sa emosyon ng mga jingoist dyan na talagang inuudyok tayo na labanan ng China or even be on the side of the United States against Russia and China. That is not our national interest. At wala tayong mapupuntahan dyan kung kawasakan lang, mawawasak ang bansa natin. Kung mahal natin ang bansa natin, huwag nating hahayaan mawasak ito. Take note mga Filipinos, kahit saan pa tayo nagtatrabaho, nag-aaral, iisa lang ang bansang uuwian mo, and that's the Philippines. So we don't want our country to be destroyed because of the interest of other countries. We have to protect our own interest as a country and we have to survive as a country. Yan po ang aking mensahe sa ating mga kababayan. Sana po gumising na po kayo. Kailangan natin gumising, kailangan natin maging mature, at kailangan natin ipaglaban ang bayan natin sa tamang paraan. Maraming salamat po.
Ma'am, last na lang po.
Okay.
Ano yung epekto ng bagong, kung sakaling mapapalitan ng president sa US?
Kapag kasi ang mahirap yan it's a very speculative situation right now. If you will have a Trump president, the possibility, like for example, matalo si Biden this November at magkayong presidente si Trump, the possibility is, ito'y possibility, pero I'm not saying this will happen, no. Pero ang possibility, since ang ni Trump, ang foreign policy niya is ayaw niya sa gera, itatry niya i-resolve ang Ukraine conflict and i-de-escalate ang tension sa Taiwan and even the South China Sea with China, probably the policies of the current government of the Philippines will change, but that is an speculation because we really don't know also how entrenched and how deep is the influence of the Americans in the Philippines. At when it comes to the Philippines kasi, malaki ang interest ng mga Amerikano na hawakan tayo kasi tayo ang kasama sa island change. If they want to weaken China, they can do so using us, using the Philippines. So, very speculative na sabihin natin at this time na pag nanalo si Trump, baka magbago lahat ng policy ni BBM. Hindi natin alam yan. We have to take note of the fact na the Marcoses also, they have their own interests and they're running after that interest. So, yun din yung isipin natin na hindi ibig sabihin na pag nanalo si Trump, magbabago ang takbo ng Pilipinas. I don't know that's an speculation, pero siguro mga Pilipino, hindi natin iasa sa ibang bansa ang pagbabago ng Pilipinas. Kasi ang pagbabago ng Pilipinas, may it be about leadership, change of leadership, change in our policy na hindi karapat-dapat sa bansa, like for the foreign policy that we have at the moment is not an independent foreign policy. It should not be in the hands of foreigners or other countries. It should be in the hands of Filipinos. Tayo ang may hawak sa destiny ng ating bansa. Then we have to make it. Paano natin hawakan yan? Diyos ko, por Diyos por Santo. Maawa kayo sa Pilipinas. Huwag na nating ibalik sa pwesto, lalo na't may election next year, ang mga taong hindi naman dapat makaupo dyan sa mga pwesto na yan na nasa taas. Pumili tayo ng totoong leader na magmamahal at magsisilbi sa Pilipinas. Pero ang ibig kong sabihin din dito, yung may competence. May competence talaga. Competence is very important. You have to choose leader. They may not be popular, but we know that they can do something. And they have the competence in terms of knowledge, in terms of education, in terms of track record. Yun ang kailangan natin. Or else, the country will never change at all. You elect the same people, they will have the same thing, and the Philippines will not change. So, importante, ang hamon kasi sa Pilipino ngayon, is hawakan nyo yung tinatawag nyong boto. Kasi malapit na ang election, next year na yun, May ata eh. So, hawakan nyo yung boto nyo. That is an equalizing mechanism for all Filipinos. Mahirap, bata, matanda. Ang boto mo counts just one. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, that's the supreme power of the people. So, sana naman ay magising na po tayo. Piliin nyo ng mabuti kung sinong ilalagay nyo sa pwesto kung umabot tayo sa eleksyon. Hindi ko pa po maalam ang mangyayari kung ano. Pero kung aabot tayo doon sa 2025 election, gamitin natin ng mabuti ang ating boto. Please lang. Let's not elect the same people anymore. Let's change. If you want to change the country, you change the people and position. That's the only way. Pero the same people, oh come on, nothing happens to the Philippines. Really, I'm not kidding. Ayun ang tingin ko po.
Ma'am, follow-up question lang po doon sa nasabi niyo po kung aabot tayo doon sa 2025 midterm election. Meron po ba kayong idea?
Wala akong idea, pero marami akong naririnig na malapit na.
Ayun.
Yun. So hindi ko alam kung ano yung malapit na, pero yung sinasabi ko lang, kung halimbawa sa darating na na 2025 midterm election, syempre boboto tayo lahat eh. So sana ang iboto natin yung alam naman natin kung sinong korap, alam naman natin kung sino ang walang kwenta. So wag na nating ulit-ulitin yung mali. Let's exercise our sovereign right to elect people who are competent. The word competent is very, very important. Kasi if you put people in position who are not competent at all in every aspect, hindi nakatapos man lang ng college and you elect as a president, oh my God, that is really not good for the country. So this is lessons learned. And I hope we learn from our lesson, lalo na ngayon because the Philippines in a worst case scenario at this time in our history. So I hope this will be a big lessons for us, including myself, no, of course. So let's exercise what is right and what is good for our country. I think that's the best way.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Mayroon lang ako